I've just put my fans on and I've just got a face full of dust. Legends, welcome back to the channel. John here, quite early, it's nearly 8 o'clock on me Tuesday morning here in Lincolnshire. Behind me was actually the Purple Pig, but that's coming in a separate video, is my 2000 plate Rover 75. You know the one, I paid 800 quid for it. I drove it home, it had a few little niggly issues that Dad sorted out. We took it for a test drive and then boom, the head gasket went. Hooray! We knew that it needed some TLC. So Dad has rebuilt the engine and done loads of work on the cooling system. We took it to Rustival a couple of years ago, and then it's kind of just sat in my collection. It's been off the road, it's been out of ticket since about March this year, but because I've not been very well and all that sort of stuff, life just gets in the way, doesn't it? So I've organised a double today, the TT and the Rover 75, to go to Neil's for an MOT. Now, Dad hasn't checked this out. Since I've pulled it out of storage. I've put the air in the tyres, I've checked the oil and levels, I've charged the battery up, in fact it's still on charge, but Dad hasn't looked at it. It's come up lovely, I've given it a good old scrub, but I'm not as confident as normal because, like I say, I'm not a mechanic, you know that, I know the basics, but I haven't given it a damn good going over like normal with Dad. Anyway, in this video, let's take it for an MOT, get it up on the ramp, have a look underneath, because it had been sat in my garden for about 6 months, and see if it's any good. Just before we get in it and you come for a drive with me, let's take a look around it, because I have given it a bit of a clean and it's in really good condition, this car. There is one single dent on it you may spot, and it's in the bonnet here. I'm going to get Josh, my dent man, out at some point, pay him the 60 quid and have that paintless dent removed, because that's the only thing really that lets the bonnet down and lets the whole car down. The wheels are okay, the tyres are okay, but yeah, there it is. There's the Rover 75. We'll go around to the back. Still, in my opinion, a beautiful looking car and a timeless car. And the reason I wanted a Wedgewood 75 is because when they were launched, Dad was working for a Rover dealership and he brought one home, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I thought, what is this? It looked like a spaceship to me, with all the chrome and the leather interior. It was a top spec one, and I fell in love with it, and I had to have one. So when this popped up for sale, yeah, I had to have it. So come with me then, we'll take it for a spin, we'll take it for a drive, we'll take it to Neil, we'll have a look at the MOT test process, and hopefully by the end of this video, a clean bill of health. You know, before we set off in the Rover 75, I want to just show you how beautiful the interior is in here. It's a nice place to be honest with you. It's not a bad interior. I like the design, and these clocks too, they're nice and classic. Right then, so I'm in the Rover 75, and it's been a while since I've driven this. I think the last time I drove it was actually properly to the Rustival, which was a year and a bit ago. Battery's been uncharged, it started up nicely. We'll take it to Neil, see what he thinks. It's a big old wafty barge, this is. But it's come up nicely, it's shined up really nicely. Now I am in my Rover 75. So let me tell you about the car then. It is the 1.8 K Series engine edition. Yes, I know. Yes, we have had head gasket issues with the car. And there are so many trains of thought as to why this engine had so many problems in the 1.8 variety, because it's not just used in the Rover 75, it's used in the Land Rover, don't get me started on that. It's used in the MG sporty thing, the F and the TF. It's been used in the Rover 100, it was used in the Rover 25 and 45. And Dad, if you do not know, is and/or was a Rover 75 technical expert. He was the master technician at his garage for the Rover 75. So he knows these cars inside and out. And the way he's explained it to me effectively is they took an engine and they tried to push it too far, because it was available, I think, in the 1.2, the 1.4 and the 1.8. And when they've started to get to the 1.8, things internally, mechanically, wasn't able to cope. That is a real layman's basic John Coupland understanding of why there is a head gasket problem on this car. I'm sure many of you will be able to tell me more reasons why the Rover 75 1.8 K series engine was historically and culturally so unreliable. There's worse engines out there though, but in the annals of time it goes down as a bit of a problem, doesn't it? Anyway, this car, Wedgewood Blue, it's the club edition, so it's not a very high spec. We've got cloth seats, we've not got parking sensors, we've not got a sunroof, we've got climate control, but we've not got much else. We've not got posh alloy wheels, and we've not got chrome everywhere. We've not got a window blind, we've not got leather seats, we've not got all sorts of stuff. There are some beautifully spec'd Rover 75s out there. This is not one of those, and that is partly the reason why I bought it, because people out there have historically looked for and saved, well, the good ones, the sexy ones, the posh ones, the ones that come with the serpent wheels, the ones that come with the telly in the headrest, the ones that come with the sat-nav in the centre console. Remember, this is 2000 that this car was built. It is one of the last Cowley cars. If you know the Rover 75 journey, they were originally built at Cowley, and then cost-cutting exercises transferred them to Longbridge. Project Drive is something that people often will talk about. Now, Dad didn't know anything about Project Drive because he was on the coalface at the dealerships. He was a mechanic in a dealership. He wasn't building these in Cowley. I think they stopped production of the Rover 75 in Cowley in July 2000, and this is therefore then one of the last ones. The way to normally spot it is, well, you've got black sills, but nowadays that doesn't normally necessarily mean that it's a Cowley car. Some cars came out of Cowley with colour-coded sills. Joe Cox from Joe Cox JC Cars has just bought a super-duper top-spec beautiful red car, and its sills are not colour-coded, they're not black. So, and it's a Cowley car, so that's not necessarily the easiest way to tell, but one of the best. Anyway, this car has been owned by two people, me and Mr. Cowley. No relation. I went and picked the car up somewhere near Blackpool. I bought it as a spares repair project, and I paid £800 for the car. From the garage that sort of Mr. Cowley traded it in at. There is evidence, or was evidence, of an overheating problem that somebody had been trying to solve at some point. But if you look at Google Maps at Mr. Cowley's house, you can see it on the drive, and it's quite nice to see. But 800 quid, I think basically elderly gentlemen had spent that much time and effort keeping the car on the road that the garage advised him, listen mate, it's probably not going to pass an MOT in a couple of years, and you're starting to get signs of a head gasket failure. I drove the car home and it overheated. It was doing all sorts of things. Typical head gasket failure, but Dad had a look at it as a Rover 75 technical expert, and we did lots of things. We replaced the thermostat, we unblocked the heater matrix, we replaced the coolant cap, we took it for a test drive, and the head gasket had gone bang. Now, if anything, with modifications that Dad has done by making little holes in the thermostat and doing all sorts of stuff to the cooling system and unblocking that heater matrix, if anything, the car, well, actually now drives cold, which is not a bad thing. It's better than driving bloody warm. One thing we also spotted after doing all that is, well, a great big hole in the driver's side sill. So this car has also had a new sill. The passenger side sill is starting to get surface rust, but no holes. And we'll see that probably in this video. Anyway, we'll take the car to Neil, he'll have a look at it underneath. I genuinely can't see there being any problems with it. I'm going to clean the brakes off on the way. But for a car that hasn't actually been anywhere, really, in the past couple of years, I can't envisage there being any problems. But me being cocky, I haven't taken it to Dad. There could have been a spring brake. There could be a CV boot that's failed. There could be all sorts of stuff wrong with the car. 58,395 miles on this car. It's a good example. It's got the bones of a very, very good car, this one. The headlining, nice and tight. There's no sagging. Yes, the doors have started to fail, the door card fabric, and I've got multiple ways of trying to think about fixing that. But apart from that, the interior and the exterior, very good. Like I said, there's only one dent in that bonnet. I'm going to get me dent man on that, 60 quid. But it's a very good car. A very good car. The only thing I would say is, well, my Audi A4 B5 is a much nicer car to drive. It's built so much better, and it's from exactly the same era, which is probably why a lot of these Rover 75s, even though there were 20 grand on the road to start with for a base spec model like this, probably aren't surviving now, because people aren't keeping these cars. They've got a following. They've got a following of people that like what they are and who they are and what they do and what they represent. This is, in my opinion, the last of the great British cars. The Rover 75 built in Britain. It could have been something amazing. And yes, I have seen the chap that's built a coupe, and yes, it looks bloody amazing. And yes, I would have bought one. But no, we didn't get one. Politics aside, management aside, and whatever we think about the Phoenix Group and BMW at the time, I'm glad I rescued this little Rover 75. For now, anyway. We shall see what Neil says. I'm at the MOT test centre. We'll put it on the ramp. I'll show you the MOT process, and hopefully it's a clean bill of health at the end of this video. Ah, temporary traffic lights. Welcome to Lincolnshire. Make sure I don't run this chap over with his puppies. Have I put it on the ramp right? It's rare. See, doesn't she look good? Hey, there we go, look at that. Good job them fans are kicking in, but look at that. Oh, she comes up so well. I'm actually stood here feeling quite guilty that I don't drive it enough. Did you see those emissions results? You can't argue with that, can you? Now to get it up on the ramp, and we'll have a look underneath it. Up she goes. Right, so this is the first time seeing underneath the 75 since, well, last MOT, to be honest with you. I was remarkably shocked as to how clean all the sort of heat shielding was. Actually, being stood on my grass hasn't done it much good under here. That centre box is a bit crispy, but it's okay, it's just the outer skin. Looking under here, well, yeah, the back box is a bit crispy too, but again, outer skin, it's nothing that a bit of Tetraseal isn't going to sort out. But the main thing is, it's not rotten, which is good for a Rover 75. There's the spring protectors that we put on, you can see them in there, and remember the umbrage that I had about red cable ties? They've gone quite rusty quite quickly though. So now we're under here, you can clearly see where Dad has replaced that jacking point and that sill. It's holding up quite well, isn't it? Guess who's going to be tetrasealing under a Rover 75 very soon? So far, so good. Oh, it's a good looking car, isn't it? What's that? Oh, good, yeah. Hey, well, thumbs up from Neil. He said how clean it is inside, and he's never said that about any of the cars, so I'm impressed. Next up then, let's check the brakes out. Clean bill of health for the 75. It was never in doubt, was it? But it's a Rover. It could be anything. Well, there it is then. A clean bill of health for my little Rover 75. I am so happy about that because it deserves to be on the road, this little car. It really does deserve to be loved and enjoyed. Yes, it's part of my collection, and no, it hasn't been anywhere the past couple of years, but I'm so glad it's got a clean bill of health, and actually underneath looking relatively good still, relatively clean. Yes, it's been in my garden and now into my storage unit. What's next for the Rover 75? Well, as you can see, I've given it a damn good clean, so it's been pampered and treated. I'm going to take Dad out in it this afternoon and see how we get on. He's going to come for a spin with us. And then it's going to go into my collection where it will stay. I might take it to a couple of shows later on this year. There is the Boston Classic Car Show coming up. I might take it to that actually, because I've not taken it to any shows apart from the Rustival. But that's what's next for the 75. To be cherished, to be loved, to be enjoyed and preserved as part of my collection and driven high days and holidays. What did you reckon? Clean bill of health? Did you expect that? Oh, I'll tell you what is coming. We're going to put a sill on the passenger side. Dad has agreed to buy with me one of them panels, and he's going to do it. So we are going to replace that rear sill. But that is not urgent. We are going to end up doing it to sort of preserve the car. By the way, the day's insurance on this car has cost me over £20. So if you could like the video, subscribe and share it, that would be great. Let me know in the comments down below. Did you expect a clean bill of health from the 75, or did you expect me to have to get my checkbook out? Now, there's something I want to show you. Because occurrences on the way home, which to me proves that the MOT is valuable and absolutely pointless at the same time. Take a look at this. Yeah, look at that light that's come on the way home. Not the boot open one. I've got the boot open because Dad's getting a bulb out. But bulb has blown on the way home. And which, while I'm glad it didn't blow on the way to the MOT test centre, which would have been a fail, it goes to show that your car is only perfect, I suppose, at the time of the MOT test. So my point I'm trying to make here is, even though your car has an MOT, still look after your car, still do your daily powder checks, petrol, oil, water, diesel, whatever, electrics, etc., rubber. And that shows why it's important to still do your own car maintenance. Check your lights, check your tyres, check everything. I know you guys watching this do that because you're car people, right? But it does make you wonder how many people are driving around on the roads thinking that their car is mechanically sound because it had an MOT 11 months ago. Anyway, just something for me to think about at the end of this video. Someone is not happy about having to replace a headlight bulb now.
It's all right for you young folks. Those old blokes' hands don't walk like they used to do.
Yeah, you meant to go through the wheel arch. God, that's a good-looking car. Why are you asking me the questions? You're the bloody Rover 75 technical master technician super duper man.
Oh, it's seared up, mate.
Classic British vehicle. Classic British vehicle. There you are, look. The man of the hour. He's come and put a new bulb in it. Winner, winner. We're back on the road. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm glad the Rover 75 is back on the channel. If you've enjoyed seeing it back, let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, have a great day. For all of you that's watched, liked, subscribed, and have just been with the channel, because a lot of you came to the channel from the Rover 75 project. Thanks for watching. Till next time, I'll go give Dad the good news. See you later. Goodbye. There are so many more Proton related videos on the channel, and I've actually selected a couple that I think you might like here on this page. Give them a click to watch them now. Don't forget to subscribe for more Proton fun and lots more videos coming soon.